Welcome back to another video, everyone. It's AnthonyTDG, or Anthony the Dubstep Gamer. So as you can see, I am here with the Kokomi guide that you have been waiting for. So I will go over Kokomi's builds, including Ayaka Free support, Nilou Bloom support, on-field Ocean Hued Clam character, and more. So let's get right into it. So to briefly mention, Kokomi is a 5-star Hydro support that specializes in driving reaction teams like Electrocharge with the Ocean Hued Clam set. Very good support for Hyper Bloom and Nilou Bloom teams with the Deepwood Memories set, and is a very good Ayaka free support with the Tenacity of the Millilith set. To start off with the build, the talent priority, you would want to prioritize her skill as it's very important for the healing, and the burst is pretty important for driving reaction teams and like Electrocharge, and it just provides a lot of good healing. The normal attack is kind of optional, but I wouldn't normal it if you can. Just don't waste too many talent levels on that. As for the weapon you would be running on her, you would want to go with the Thrilling Tales of Dragon Slayers. It is her best weapon, as it provides a very good attack buff if you switch to the next character like Ayaka or Yaimiko or something like that, and it's just overall like pretty damn broken. You could go for the prototype Amber, but I would still prefer Thrilling Tales. It's better, and her signature weapon is so much like smaller of an increase that it's just way better to go with Thrilling Tales. As for the optimal artifact set I would recommend for Kokomi, it would be 4-piece Tenacity, as it is the best artifact set for support builds like for Ayaka Freeze teams and for Yai Quicken teams. Now, if you want an optimal artifact set for driving Electrocharge teams, that award would go to Ocean Hued Clam, as it does provide good damage with the physical damage bubble that scales off of how much healing you do, and since Kokomi's burst and normal attacks heal the entire party and her skill heals a lot, it's going to get the max amount of damage from that physical damage bubble, and it's just overall good. The healing bonus is very good since her damage scales off of healing bonus. Now, if you want to support for Nilou Bloom teams, the optimal artifact set is the Deepwood Memory set, where you run full EM and you're triggering the blooms for Dendro cores. This is only recommended if you don't have like a Nahida or any other Dendro character to run this set, but it's still an option, so I might as well just mention it. Now I'm going to get this out of the way before anybody even tries to do it. Please do not put Maiden's Beloved on Kokomi. It is very useless, it only provides healing and no damage, just like Ocean Hued Clam does. So just save yourself the trouble, do not farm this. As for the optimal artifact stats you would want to put on Kokomi, HP Sands, Hydro Damage bonus Goblet, and Healing bonus Circlet. This would be the same on Tenacity of the Millilith and Ocean Hued Clam, but for Deepwood Memory set it would be a little bit different. You would want to go for a full EM build for that, as you'd be driving the Dendro cores. Alright, now that I went over how to build your Kokomi, now we can go over her teams. So one of the main teams that you would use her in is in an Ayaka Freeze team, where you use her as the Tenacity support, where you use her skill, then you swap right into Ayaka so you can buff her damage. So an example would be something like this. While this is the best freeze team, and sadly it is full of just 5 stars, you could replace Kazuha with Sucrose and it won't be that much worse. But for Shenhe, it would be kind of hard to replace her, as that is essential to making Ayaka good. But yeah, that's just overall a pretty good team. Kokomi wouldn't really synergize well with a Ganyu team. It's kind of there, but she won't really replace Mona. So I would recommend an Ayaka team way more. Another team you can run with Kokomi, which sadly I don't have footage or access to, is a Nilou Bloom team, where you can run Nilou as the main Bloom driver, as she buffs the damage of Bloom reactions, and Kokomi will be the main healer for the team while running full EM to drive even more Blooms. But sadly, I wouldn't really run this, because you could just run Nahida with full EM or Yalia with full EM and it will be just as good or maybe better. But it's an option. Kokomi is a pretty good healer for the team, since you're going to be taking a lot of self-damage from the blooms. My favorite team to put Kokomi in is a Quick Bloom team with Nahida, Yai, and Vishal running Aggravate, while Kokomi does provide a little bit of Hyper Blooms while healing the team. This is pretty good for clearing Current Abyss, and just provides pretty good comfort. You just get a lot of damage out of those 3 characters, with Kokomi being just a little bit of support and healing, and it does pretty well, as you can see in the footage. And last but not least, a very good team option for Kokomi is an Electro Charge team with Kokomi, Beidou, Fischl, and Sucrose driving Electro Charge. So instead of Sucrose on-fielding like usual with Xingqiu as an off-fielder, you use Kokomi as an on-fielder while Sucrose is an off-fielder for this. And it does pretty well. Beidou's shielding at C1 provides good utility, and Beidou and Fischl combined just make very good electro damage, while Sucrose is rolling both Hydro and Electro for the Electro Charged. I personally like this team a lot more than the Sucrose on-field one with Xingqiu as an off-field because I would need that healing with Kokomi, and it just allows me, more flexibility. And that's all for this video. If you guys like this video, please leave a like and subscribe, and make sure to check out my merch shop and commission links. They're all going to be in the description. But as always, have a good day and enjoy the showcase.